origin story as well.
Well, I guess I should start with this.
Should you?
I guess I should.
Should you?
No, go ahead.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. So, let's see here.
First start with how did you first start practicing parkour?
All right.
And then you can talk about when you met me.
All right,
I wind my way into your story.
Yeah, I'll give Ryan a little bit of credit. Okay. Yeah, he taught me at first. Are you happy? I discovered parkour classes. So I was originally Ryan's pupil, but our relationship was only professional. We didn't talk to each other. He didn't even pay any attention, look my way.
Was he good?
Actually, didn't do that
Amos,
to many people.
Was Amos a good student?
Yeah.
Well, one time he tried to follow me home, and
yeah.
he was stalking me all the way home. I
know. Stop.
I had to slam my door in his face.
I'm not letting you tell the story because I'm gonna paint my picture of this. Okay, here's my side of things. All right, so I don't sound like a super creep. Okay, it turns out I'm learning parkour from this guy Ryan, and I see him on campus walking home, and I have a weird sense of humor. I thought it would be funny to follow him using parkour, very with stealth, so he didn't know I was there. It was funny to me, and it just kept going on and on. I got in so deep I couldn't stop. And
how long did this go on for?
I think about
it's probably a good
10
half
minutes.
mile.
About 10 minutes in, when other pedestrians were looking at me like I was crazy.
Granted, I did have my headphones in, so.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that at the time, actually. And so.
Not too hard to get stealthy with a few with his headphones in, is it?
Well, I didn't know that.
Hey, he was a noob.
I was pro.
Give him a break.
I thought I was pro. And so I'm jumping fences. I'm hiding behind light poles. And finally we get to his apartment, and I realize this has gone too far. And I can't just walk away from this. That would be too weird for me. So I tried to stop him before he went into his apartment. And I yell his name, and he doesn't stop. So I run to catch up with him, and I get right to where he is entering his apartment, and I yell his name again, and he slams the door in my face.
Boom. In your face.
And his roommate happened to be sitting on the couch and watched this whole thing. And so his roommate goes and gets him, and he comes back to the door. And I thought it wouldn't be funny if I told him the story.
I
I was like,
gotten rid of him.
So I thought it'd be funny to tell him.
It's very
Wait,
telling.
no, I haven't gotten rid of him. All right, because he answers the door, and I'm like, I know this is gonna sound kind of weird, man, but I just followed you all the way home using parkour.
And I was like, so?
Yeah, he didn't even crack a smile. What a weirdo. He didn't crack a smile. He just stared at me awkwardly and made the most awkward moment probably for years to come for me. And this is how I first experienced him outside of teaching me parkour.
This guy.
I had to walk away.
Amos was wearing a dress.
I was not wearing a dress that day.
Yeah, you were.
I was not.
Oh my God, it goes deeper. We're getting deep, guys. Wait a minute.
That was the second time.
How do you follow someone? Wasn't he just like walking on the street? How do you need parkour exactly to follow him home?
I was just walking home from campus after a class.
So it was a lot of just.
There's a lot of fences. It was a lot. Okay, fine. There was some walking.
You were like as a predator, kind of like from a distance, though.
Yeah, pretty much. But that was our first interaction outside of him just strictly a professional relationship. Yeah.
How did it evolve to you guys working together then?
No, I will say this actually. Amos was.
Don't get mushy on me, man. Don't get mushy on me.
He started in our intro class, actually at the same time as Jake Smith, another pretty well-known guy around here. Jake Smith, he moved up to intermediate class like right away.
Whatever.
Amos, on the other hand, could not do a pull-up, so he had some work to do. But I will say this. Amos was the guy in class. Like, you see beginners like doing exactly what you tell them to do. They follow your orders. They, do exactly the vault that you say and this and that. But Amos, when we would run a course, he was the guy like climbing up into like on top of the basketball hoop, like this sketchy, wobbly basketball hoop 10 feet off the ground that nobody else would even think of, like trying to climb up on and through and over. And he was that guy. So from the start, he had that really like creative kind of unique perspective that I think like he still carries on now, like through the Randori and Ukemi and just like adding creative things to the world of parkour. So while he still had work to do and get his pull-ups. Actually, after like 6 months, you had 45 pull-ups or something.
Thanks, man. This has all been very touching.
Yeah, there's a tear.
Yeah.
Amos's cheek
Eventually,
right now. You guys can't see it, but
eventually he worked his way up
heartbreaking.
into intermediate class. It was a hard-fought battle, but
and
we
he's still struggling.
we
Working
started
towards advance.
we started kind of a very like informal instructor training program, and Amos was like the first guy to be like really proactive and just really wanted to get involved. So he was the first guy, I think, to finish that kind of like apprenticeship or
First certified instructor
Is that
in
right?
the
yeah,
Western
the
Hemisphere.
first
what
additional
drew you
coach
to it?
we
What,
trained up.
Like, did you know then, like, that you were gonna dedicate a huge amount of energy in the next 10 years of your life towards parkour, or what?
No, actually,
What drew you in? What made you decide to be so
Ryan and I
stocky
actually
and, get in Ryan's life? In the Apex movement?
actually Ryan and I had a breakup soon after. I went to France and
I'm
rode
learning
my
so much.
Yeah, we
I
were
rode
on
my
and off
bicycle
for a
across
couple
France.
years.
So
yeah.
he actually thought I was gone for good, but I ran out of money and had to come back. So
I got to make those big parkour bucks, huh?
all right, all right. That's the basics on how we met. I have a super sentimental story there, but moving on.